Darren Lockyer, arguably one of the best rugby league players of all time. He retired at the completion of the 2011 season, with an impressive 17 seasons in first grade football under his belt. Upon retirement, in assistance with Koch, wrote his self-titled autobiography. To understand how he became one of the best rugby league players of all time, an understanding of the sport delivery systems through rugby league should be explored to understand how each of these levels assisted in creating the player that Darren was. According to Professor Sharp, there is no overall meaning for what sport delivery systems are. However, it can be explained as the time when various agencies combine, create competitions, and contribute to the delivery of sport for all. The agencies involved, the competitions created, and the services provided to participants enable participants to get to the level they aspire to reach. Essentially, what sport delivery systems aim to do is increase participation in the hope that this will produce athletes from the public. Darren Lockyer experienced the sports delivery system of rugby league with significant focus on the Queensland Rugby League system. The Queensland Rugby League system will be examined throughout this vodcast, highlighting how each level assisted with Darren's progression from a junior player through to representing his country for the sport. From a young age, Darren was involved in the world of sport. He states in his book, if it involved physical activity, he was there. Darren did not only participate in rugby league. As a child, his dad encouraged him to get involved with cricket, athletics, swimming, basketball, touch football, and AFL. He played AFL as young as 6 years old for his local club at the time, Springwood. He credits athletics for helping him build his overall strength and skills as an athlete. Whilst inundated with sports and options, he found that his love and passion for rugby league grew and eventually became the only sport he focused on. The Queensland Rugby League system is displayed on screen. Darren's experience through the QRL system started at the age of 10, where he was playing in a school carnival for Wendoan State School in the centres. 12 years old, and Darren was already playing at a representative level for his under-12 primary school team. At the age of 14, he moved towns where his local league club became Roma Cities, where he played for their under-16s team in the halves, where the skills of agility and speed are crucial. Darren credits his development with these two skills to his involvement in touch football. He represented his local first grade team at the young age of 15 and was selected in the Southwest Region team to compete in a regional competition where Bronco scout Cyril Connell noticed his talent. Due to Cyril noticing his talent, he was offered a Brisbane Broncos scholarship at the age of 16, which included school fees and costs for playing at representative level. He was selected in the Queensland schoolboys side where he would play the Queensland number 16. At 18 years old, Darren was offered a contract with the Broncos where he would start off playing for the Brisbane Colts in their under-20s division. He played 12 games for the Colts to then make his first grade debut for the Brisbane Broncos at the young age of 18. He continued playing for the Broncos until retirement. He's made his debut for Queensland Maroons and the Australian Kangaroos in the same year, 1998. Through Darren's experience in the rugby league, he experienced various major competitions, which all followed a similar format of round-robin series followed by an elimination finals format. A round-robin competition format is where each team will verse each other at least once within the regular season. Through this format, each team gains points for winning. Once the regular season is completed, the competition turns into an elimination finals format. I will go into the concept of the elimination finals series in more detail when discussing the National Rugby League competition format. Darren spent most of his football career within the QRL system. The QRL is the state governing body of rugby league in Queensland. They administer the game of rugby league in each region. The QRL is comprised of 3 divisions, the Northern, the Central and the South East. The QRL is also responsible for the Queensland State of Origin team and the Queensland Cup division. As the pathways for emerging players are ever-changing, not all of the competitions illustrated on the diagram were available to Darren. The National Rugby League, or NRL, similar to the QRL system, follows a round-robin format with an elimination finals series to decide the overall winner. Displayed currently is the Brisbane Broncos 2018 season draw. As you can see, the Broncos verse most teams twice. There is a limitation to the model of the NRL as not every team will verse each other twice. However, due to limitations on facilities and availability of referees and the team numbers, they are unable to make the season long enough for this to actually occur. Once the regular season of 25 rounds is completed, the top 8 teams progress to the final series. As can be seen, the first week of the final series has the top 8 teams versing each other. If a team in the top 4 loses, they have a second chance in the next round. However, if a team ranked 5 to 8 loses, they are then eliminated. Then follows the semi-finals where it becomes total elimination. The elimination continues until there is 2 teams left which will verse each other to decide who wins the premiership. One competition that Darren was involved in which does not follow the above format is State of Origin. This sees the two state teams versus each other in a best-of-3 format. Whilst this form of competition is quick and easy to determine a winner, there can be an unfair advantage due to one team having a home game more than the other. The NRL has tried to eliminate this advantage by taking one of the 3 games to Victoria, which is home to neither state competing. As stated earlier, Darren was heavily involved with 2 major competitions which were facilitated by the NRL and QRL. It was described what the QRL does with regards to the sport of rugby league in Queensland earlier. The NRL is said to be the world's best rugby league competition and is considered to be a corporate sport. What this means is that there is a significant administrative structure and heavy management perspectives. It also means that the athletes are paid to play and can gain substantial income from this. This form of sport also provides entertainment for viewers and fans. An organisation which has not been yet mentioned is the Australian Rugby League Commission, or ARLC. In 2012, the ARLC was introduced and is now the governing body of the NRL and can be described as a traditional NSO. The ARLC has viability of the NRL corporate sports structure. The ARLC is heavily involved with providing and facilitating the pathway programs and sport development programs. Their aim is to ensure mass participation through their development programs. The ARLC does not run their own competition but works with the state leagues and their existing programs to better their current programs. By the ARLC enhancing the existing development programs, it enforces the idea of the participation triangle for the sport of rugby league, which is displayed on screen. Since Darren participated in rugby league, only this year was there a major change to the format of the national competition in the under-20s level, where the national youth competition has been changed to each state league competition becoming expanded and decentralised to have 16 teams involved. Mr. Canavan, the NRL head of football, states that this format provides a clearer pathway for elite junior players aiming to play within the NRL. The NRL and QRL are 2 organisations that assisted Lockyer with his progression as a rugby league player. However, the ARLC did not play part as Darren retired before they came into play in 2012. As stated earlier, the QRL is the governing body for rugby league in Queensland, where Darren started and completed his NRL career. If the QRL did not exist, it could be said that Darren's talent may not have been recognised and that talent fostered and developed through the various competitions that are provided for people of all levels. The NRL provided Darren with the major competition that he played in at a professional level. From the definition of sport development, each organisation has promoted the participation of rugby league to people in the community by providing numerous competitions for people of all ages and abilities to compete in. By doing this, they are increasing sport participation. Darren's first major rugby league team was Roma Cities. This team allowed him to progress through the age groups, constantly improving, as well as selecting him in the Southwest Regional team where Cyril Connell would recognise his talent. Cyril was a major influence in Darren's sport development. He recognised the talent Darren had, and without him he may not have progressed the way he did. Darren credits Cyril in his book to be the best man he's ever met. Another man who Darren credits his achievements to is rugby league coach Wayne Bennett. During Darren's time at the Broncos, he played under coach Wayne Bennett, who not only taught him how to play the game, but many valuable life lessons along the way. Through Lockyer's time in the rugby league, there were many great achievements. Here are his top 10. 1995 debut for the Broncos. 1998 State of Origin debut for the Maroons, as well as Test debut for Australia. 2001 elected captain of the Broncos. 2004 the Peruvian Summons Medal, Fans' Choice. 2002 to 2003, Broncos Player of the Year. 2003 to 2006, the Golden Boot Award. 1997, 1998, 2000 and 2006, he participated in the Broncos Premiership winners. 1998 to 2011, he had the most Test matches for Australia, totalling 55. And 1995 to 2011, most NRL games played by a single player of 346. Without the organisations and main influences previously mentioned, these top 10 achievements may never have occurred. From doing this analysis, it could be said that Darren has a grasp of the sports delivery systems within NRL. He does illustrate how he has progressed and also acknowledges where he developed certain skills from. For example, he is able to illustrate how the skills learnt in athletics were transferable to the sport of NRL. Through completing this analysis, a deeper understanding of the sports delivery systems of NRL has been developed. The significance and importance of each level has been highlighted, and an understanding of how each level assists a player progress has been explored and understood. Overall, Darren Lockyer, one of Australia's best rugby league players, progressed through the NRL pathway mainly through the Queensland delivery system. continuing through to the national competition, where he was then selected for higher honours, playing for his country. Through the delivery systems that are facilitated by the QRL, his talent was fostered and nurtured, ensuring that his talent was not wasted and he could play the game he loves at the highest possible level.